Welcome back. I did some inventory maintenance, equipped some stuff, all riveting. You didn't need to see any of it. Let's talk to people.
I await your command.
I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Can you teach others to become shape changers?
Possibly, if I had the desire to. I do not.
And why not?
I was told to accompany you and to help you, and that I shall. This may extend to the teaching of my mother's skills in time. For now, I simply do not know you well enough. I promise nothing.
Well, I guess we're done talking to Morrigan. Not gonna have much to say to her until the quest is over, I suppose. Sten.
I have been mistaken.
What do you mean?
You are a soldier worthy to stand among the Beresad. I did not think so when we first met.
I'm not really a soldier, you know.
I know. You missed your destiny, but it is not an entirely bad thing. The day will come when the Arishok sends us here. On that day, I will not look to find you on the battlefield.
I hope I won't see you then, too.
There is no point in dwelling on it. We should move on.
Okay, let's go.
As you wish.
Aw. Liliana.
Something I can help with?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
You're a traveling minstrel. Do you have any tales to share?
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Do you know any stories from Orlais?
Of course, Orlesians enjoy telling stories. I shall tell you my favorite tale of Aveline, the Knight of Orlais.
That sounds interesting.
A long time ago, a girl child was born to a farmer. He had hoped for a son, not a daughter, and so he told his wife to abandon the child in the woods. Before the cold could claim her, the baby was found by a tribe of Dalish elves who took pity on the poor mewling thing and raised her as their own. Aveline, for that is what they called her, grew strong and quick and clever under the guidance of the elves. She learned to wield the sword as well as any man, could kill a deer with an arrow at 100 paces, and was as graceful on the back of a horse as she was on foot.
Continue, please.
Aveline's Dalish guardians saw that she could easily best any Orlesian chevalier in battle, and wanted to show the cruel humans the child they had left to die. They bestowed upon her a fine horse and armor, and sent her to prove herself to her people in the grand tourney. Now in those days, no woman was allowed to take up arms, let alone compete in the grand tourney, but Aveline kept her helmet on and was not discovered.
Did she win the tourney?
Aveline won many events and gained the approval of the adoring crowd. Eventually, she came face to face with the knight Kaleva in the grand melee. Aveline had already bested him in the joust, and Kaleva was determined not to lose a second time. Out of desperation to regain his honor, Kaleva tripped Aveline and tossed her to the ground, ripping off her helmet as he did so. Silence fell upon the arena as Aveline was revealed. Kaleva declared the previous competitions invalid. A woman had taken part, and this was not allowed. But the crowd cheered for Aveline. Kaleva was furious, for he had lost to a woman and was now being shamed. Blinded by his rage, he forced Aveline to her knees. "Know your place, woman," cried he, and slit her throat.
That's terrible.
The son of the king, Prince Freyan, was present. He recognized Aveline's skill and bravery and began to see the injustice done to the women in his land. When he was made king, he rewrote the laws of Orlais so that women could also become chevalier. He honored Aveline and knighted her after her death. And to this day, any female who is knighted reveres Aveline the Brave, for she is the patron of all women chevalier.
That was a great story. And I definitely chose it specifically because of Dragon Age 2.
Pull up a drink, Warden. Join me in my sodding hole.
Something bothering you?
Nah, just tired is all. Did you want to talk about something?
I'd like to know more about you.
What about?
How do you like the surface?
It's sodding great. At first I was a little queasy with all that air, but there's just so much of it. No one has any idea who you are or what you're doing. And the ale. Oh, who'd have thought ale made with grain? Aye, the surface is great. It's like a big, bright world of filth without a ceiling. My kind of place. Hey, let's go find something to kill, huh? All this talk makes my hands twitchy.
Well, I guess that's good.
What's on your mind?
I was just thinking about being a Grey Warden.
Is something troubling you?
Everyone expects so much from me.
No one said it would be easy. You are one of the 2 surviving Grey Wardens in Ferelden. You defend all of us, and much rests on your shoulders. It may not mean much to you, but thank you for having the courage to continue to fight.
I don't give up easily.
And that gives me hope.
What is your desire?
Can I answer some questions?
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
So tell me about your adventures.
My adventures? I'm hardly an old man just returned from across the ocean, am I? Should I shake my fist at nearby children while I talk about the good old days?
You certainly talk like you've had adventures.
Falling down a flight of stairs is an adventure. Falling into someone's bed, also an adventure. I am assuming what you're looking for are professional anecdotes. Let's see, my second mission ever for the Crows was a bit intriguing. I was sent to kill a mage who had been meddling in politics.
The Crows are willing to anger the Circle of Magi?
In Antiva, nobody is too important to escape the reach of the Crows. They've killed kings and queens. That is simply how it is. As it turned out, the mage in question was quite a delightful young woman. Long, divine legs, as I recall. I caught her in a carriage on her way to escape to the provinces. After I killed her guard, she got down on her hands and knees and begged for her life. Rather aptly, I might add. So I joined her in the carriage for the night and left the next morning.
And she didn't try to kill you?
Well, yes, twice, actually. Then she decided to try and use me instead. The woman had actually convinced me to speak to the Crows on her behalf. What can I say? I was young and foolish at the time. Then, as I was kissing her goodbye to return to Antiva City, she slipped on the threshold and fell backwards out of the carriage. Broke her neck. Shame, really, but at least it happened quickly.
So you didn't actually kill her?
Not actually, no. I was a bit unimpressed by the development at first. Then I found out that she had told the driver to take her to Janellen instead. She had planned to lose me in the provinces. I would have looked very foolish to the Crows. As it was, my master was very impressed that I had done such a fine job of making it look like an accident. The Circle of Magi was unaware of foul play, and everyone was happier all around.
These sorts of things happen to you often?
Like being spared by a benevolent mark who then helps me escape from the Crows? Yes, it does seem to happen now and again, doesn't it? It was after that when I learned that one needn't let a pretty face go to your head. Professionalism was key. That's my moral of the day, you see.
So you never mix business with pleasure.
Well, there is you. But I'll point out that you did have to capture me and tie me up first. Every rule has its exception. Now that I've mentioned tying me up in that context, do we have extra rope about?
Oh boy. Alrighty. Delightful.
You know, maybe this isn't the best time to be thinking about this, but I've something to ask you. Chances are we'll be heading to Denerim soon. And when we're there, I wonder if we might be able to look someone up.
You have a friend outside the Grey Wardens?
I'm not talking about a friend, exactly. And no, it's not that sort of friend either. The thing is, I have a sister, a half-sister. I told you about my mother, right? She was a servant at Redcliffe Castle and she had a daughter. Only I never knew about her. I don't think she knew about me either. They kept my birth a secret after all. But after I became a Grey Warden, I did some checking, and, well, I found out she's still alive. In Denerim.
That's wonderful news.
She's the only real family I have left. The only family not also mixed up in the whole royal thing. I've just been thinking that maybe it's time I went to see her. With the blight coming and everything, I don't know if I'll ever get another chance to see her. Maybe I can help her. Warn her about the danger, I don't know.
Well, if you want to, we could try.
Could we? I'd appreciate that. If something happened to her and I never went to at least see her, I don't know if I could forgive myself. Her name is Goldana, and I think she remarried but still lives just outside the alienage. If we're in the area, then, well, it's worth a look.
Huzzah!
I have a question for it, if it will indulge me. It chose to side with Caradon and destroy the Anvil of the Void. I agree with its decision, and yet the Paragon Branca was the reason it ventured into the Deep Roads. Why did it choose to defy her? It could not have known for certain that Caradon would be able to assist it with the dwarves.
I was willing to risk it. It was the right thing to do.
That was quite the risk. I am pleased that it worked as it did. At any rate, I wanted to thank it. It gave Caradon the end he wanted, and I'm pleased to have been a part of it. I will have to think on Caradon's words to me. It was a great deal to absorb, but for now, let us go on.
And last but certainly not least, Fen'Harel wags his tail and looks at Sten.
Yes, it is good to have my sword at my side again. I call her Asala, the soul, my soul. She is forged from rare blue steel and has served me faithfully for many years.
He sits down and watches Sten.
Yes, you understand what it is like to have a weapon that is part of you. Few others do.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Reluctantly, very reluctantly, we head to Denerim. There are a couple quests that we need to do. We need to do Leliana's personal quest. We need to do Alistair's personal quest. So I think I'm going to
Thank you.
leave Zevran behind.
That's very nice.
And head very reluctantly to Denerim. From there, we'll go through Orzammar to do Shale's personal quest, and other places. Oh boy.
Concentrate, like we practiced. Now, fire!
Wait for it. Oh boy.
Try not to look too incompetent. It's embarrassing. Let's make this quick.
All right.
Oh, we've got some level ups, don't we? And Leliana. We'll give her Ranger. It's the second one. It doesn't super matter. I think I only have 18 cunning. Let's see. And let's also Alright, onwards to Denerim. So like I said, we'll do Alistair and Liliana's personal quest while we're in Denerim. We'll do Shale's personal quest in Orzammar as we go back around. And then we'll do Haven, and then back to Redcliffe. Denerim.
Ah, Denerim. If we have time, I would like to look for Marjolaine. We have a score to settle.
You say so.
Do you think the tower is ever going to get back to what it was, Wynne?
I don't know. A great number of people died. It will be difficult to imagine rebuilding, with that cloud hanging over everything for many years to come.
Do you think you'll be there? To help rebuild, I mean, once this is all over with.
I cannot say. Even if I survive this blight, I am a very old woman, Alistair.
Why? Because of some grey hair? You are a formidable woman, Wynne. You could see that it happens.
I think you overestimate the number of years I have left. But perhaps you were right. Or perhaps the memories of what happened there will be too strong for me to face.
I have a hard time believing that.
Well, it's good to have someone that believes in me so. Now, if I could only feel the same way myself, that would be something.
Aww. Love you, Grandma.
Got it. I love you.
I suppose violence is a solution. Sometimes.
I see a trap.
Liliana. Oh, so lovely to see you again, my dear. Spare me the pleasantries. I know you're... Oh, you must excuse the shabby accommodations. I try to be a good host, but you see what I have to work with. This country smells like wet dog everywhere. I cannot get the smell out. Even now it is in my hair, my clothes. Ugh.
We killed your guards.
Canary mercenaries, expendable. And this way I don't have to pay them. Good for both of us. But I am not unarmed or unguarded. I have more men watching, ready to attack on my word. So perhaps we should just talk now, yes? You framed me, had me caught, and tortured. I thought that in Ferelden I would be free of you, but it seems I am not. What happened to make you hate me so? Why do you want me dead so badly? Dead? Nonsense. I know you, my Liliana. I know what you are capable of. 4 or 5 men you can dispatch easily. They were sent to give you cause to come to me. And see, here you are.
You could have just sent a letter.
Ignore what she says. She's lying. I know how she works. What are you up to, Marjolaine? Why are you in Ferelden? In truth, you have knowledge that you can use against me. For my own safety, I cannot let you be. Did you think I did not know where you were? Did you think I would not watch, my Liliana? What is she up to, I thought? The quiet life, the peasant clothes, hair ragged and messy like a boy. This is not her. You were planning something, I told myself, so I watched. But no letters were sent, no messages, you barely spoke to anyone. Clever, Liliana, very clever. You almost had me fooled. But then, you left the Chantry so suddenly. What conclusion should I draw? You tell me. You think I left because of you? You think I still have some plan for revenge? You are insane, paranoid.
Not everything is about you, Marjolaine.
Oh, is that what you think? If I were you, I would believe nothing she says. Not a one. She will use you. You look at her and you see a simple girl, a friend, trusting and warm. It is an act. I am not you, Marjolaine. I left because I didn't want to become you. Oh, but you are me. You cannot escape it. No one will understand you the way I do, because we are one and the same. Do you know why you were a master manipulator, Liliana? It is because you enjoyed the game. You reveled in the power it gave you. You cannot change or deny this.
That part of Liliana's life is over.
Thank you. You will not threaten me or my friends again, Marjolaine. I want you out of my life forever.
So the decision on what to do with Marjolaine. Like I've iterated before, Ren is, if there is a peaceful solution to be had, Ren will always strive for it. The only time he came close to going back on that core tenet of his personality was with Marjolaine, because Leliana is his friend, and he recognizes that Marjolaine is not going to just stop. Like, she's not going to leave her alone. But in the end, he thought it was more important that Leliana prove, to herself mostly, that she was not like Marjolaine, that she had the capacity for mercy, where Marjolaine really didn't, not if it wasn't self-serving. She means go away.
Leave Ferelden. Go back to Arlay and never return. What you do is no longer my concern.
I see. I will go, for now. But you carry a dangerous secret of mine, Liliana. It is not over. Not for us.
She's gone. I don't know what to think. She said it wasn't over. No, she was lying. She won't come back. I need some time to myself. We will talk later.
We certainly will.
Got it. Get off my back?
And as long as they're here, we'll head over to get Denerim, or to get... Oh, Fenriril trots off happily. Try not to scare too many people. Fenriril runs up to you happily. He appears to have found a friend.
Puppy!
Maker, where did you get that? He wags his tail. If he comes with us, he's gonna have to fight Darkspawn. Argumentative bark. I know he's too young, that's my point. Hello, wine. Extremely normal.
That's my sister's house. I'm almost sure of it. This is the right address. She could be inside. Could we go and see?
Wouldn't you rather meet her on your own?
Do I seem a little nervous? I am. I really don't know what to expect. I'd like you to be there with me if you're willing. Or we could leave, I suppose. We really don't have time to pay a visit, do we? Maybe we should go.
Fine, let's see if she's home.
Will she even know who I am? Does she even know I exist? My sister. That sounds very strange. Sister. Oh, now I'm babbling. Maybe we should go. Let's go. Let's just go.
I'll get on it.
Hello?
Hey, you have linens to wash? I charge 3 bits on a bundle. You won't find better. And don't trust what that Natalia woman tells you either. She's foreign and she'll rob you blind.
I'm not here to have any wash done. My name's Alistair. Well, this may sound sort of strange, but are you Gordana? If so, I suppose I'm your brother.
My what? I am Goldana, yes. How do you know my name? What kind of tomfoolery are you folk up to?
He's telling the truth. Listen to him.
Look, our mother, she worked as a servant in Redcliffe Castle a long time ago before she died. Do you know about that?
You! I knew it! They told me you was dead. They told me the babe was dead along with mother, but I knew they was lying.
They told you I was dead? Who? Who told you that?
Them's at the castle. I told them the babe was the king's and they said he was dead. Gave me a coin to shut my mouth and sent me on my way. I knew it.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. The babe didn't die. I'm him. I'm your brother.
For all the good it does me. You killed mother, you did, and I've had to scrape by all this time. That coin didn't last long, and when I went back, they ran me off.
This is hardly Alistair's fault, is it?
And who in the maker's name are you? Some elf to follow him about and carry his riches for him?
Hey, don't speak to him that way. He's my friend. And a Grey Warden, just like me.
Oh, I see. A prince and a Grey Warden too. Well, who am I to think poorly of someone so high and mighty compared to me? I don't know you, boy. Your royal father forced himself on my mother and took her away from me. And what do I got to show for it? Nothing. They tricked me good. I should have told everyone. I got 5 mouths to feed, and unless you can help with that, I got less than no use for you.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Goldana, Alistair came here hoping to find his family.
Well, so he's found it. I'm his sister. But what are you to me, boy, except the one who took my mother away,
You think I wished her dead? I never wanted that. I didn't have the life you think I did, Goldana.
I suppose not. A bastard is still a bastard, isn't he? But brother or no, I've got 5 mouths to feed and no time to spare until they are.
And let me promise you this, Goldana. I'll do whatever I can, speak to whomever I have to ensure you and your children are taken care of.
That sounds all well and fine, but you'll have to forgive me if I don't exactly hold my breath.
You have my promise. I can't give you more than that. Let's go. I want to go. Goodbye, sister. Well, that was not what I expected, to put it lightly. I lived up to my promise, I suppose, but this is the family I've been wondering about all my life? I can't believe it. I guess I was expecting her to accept me without question. Isn't that what family is supposed to do? I feel like a complete idiot.
Hardening Alistair. So, Ren, if he... Right now, all Ren knows is that Alistair is his friend, and Alistair's in pain. And while from a long-term perspective, I can see the benefit of hardening Alistair. You know, he objectively becomes a better king. He stands up for himself. He develops, but Ren's not thinking about that. Like I said, Alistair's his friend, and Alistair's in pain, so he's just gonna try to comfort him. You don't need her. You have others who care for you.
Such as? The only person who ever cared about me was Duncan, and he's gone.
You have friends, Alistair. I'm one of them.
Thank you. I'm glad you came with me. Let's just go. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
And when we return, we will, head into
I bought a
Brother
confection of
Genitivi's
spun
house.
sugar here once. It got stuck in my hair. Made it hard to come out. But it was very tasty for a few days.
And we will also head back to camp to talk to Leliana and Alistair. See you then.